Welcome to a brand new podcast called Housing for Good. This is an opportunity for me to meet really cool people in the real estate industry who are driving, building, and creating tremendous opportunities within our community. It's always been a passion of mine to make sure that the foundation on which we're asking people to purchase their largest financial investment is done on solid ground. And so we've always been supportive of those who are supporting our community. And we thought, you know what, there's a lot of people out there doing that. And we're blessed within the Tucson real estate community, at least, to have these individuals. So we wanted to chat with them. So this is a brand new podcast, and we're launching it with a very famous Tucsonan. Everybody knows Kim Clifton with Tierra Antigua.
Hi, Tom. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. So Tierra Antigua, your title with Tierra Antigua is?
I'm the co-owner with my amazing husband, Matt Clifton, and I am the designated broker.
All right, owner and designated broker. And Tierra Antigua is a startup, right? You just launched recently?
Yeah, a short time ago, 2001.
2001. So you've been operating for a bit.
Yeah.
And then prior to Tierra Antigua, what were you doing?
So I had been in real estate for a short time before we opened our own company. But before that, I'm a caregiver. So that's really my heart is in caregiving. And we moved to Colorado for a year while I was finishing nursing school. Oh. And it's beautiful there. It snows a lot. We moved back shortly after that, and I had to make a decision to be with our son or work at the hospital. And I didn't want to miss out on those little league games. And my in-laws had been in real estate forever, and they said, you'd be great at this. We bought our first home. I have to disclose, it was a bit of a train wreck.
Did you represent yourself?
No,
okay.
We didn't. We did things all backwards, and then we found an amazing agent who helped us along the way, and I thought, this industry needs me. I think I can fulfill my caregiving and help people with the American dream, and I've loved every minute of it.
So you actually became a nurse? Or
I was a medical assistant in an office for some cardiologists in town, and that led me to nursing school, and I didn't finish all the way because Colorado wasn't conducive to that.
Gotcha.
But everything happens for a reason. I still get to caregive daily, and I love what I do.
So in 2001 is when Tierra Antigua opened.
Yep, I got my real estate license in 95 in Tucson. And in 2001, Matt and I decided, we really had nothing negative to say about where we worked before. However, our clients and our goals were a little bit different, and we wanted to just work for ourselves. We had no intention of hiring any agents. It was just going to be Matt and myself.
Screwed that up.
Yeah. Agents started knocking on our door, and 1,100 plus agents later, here we are.
You have 1,100 now?
I know. It's crazy.
My goodness.
We love it.
Why were they knocking on your door?
Well, my in-laws were a driving factor in our business, and they had met someone who needed to work for us. But we also had local agents that we'd worked with. And, my husband's pretty magnetic. And together we created a model that we found very agent-friendly. We never wanted to rely on our agents to pay our bills. But we wanted to give people an opportunity that wanted something different.
Okay, so then you have agents knocking on your door, and what was that conversation like? Do you remember? Like, what do we do? Because you're like, we're in this for ourselves, and all of a sudden we got responsibilities and liabilities.
Right. So there was a company in Phoenix named Dan Schwartz, and one of their top agents got permission to kind of share that model and that concept with us, and so we modeled ourselves pretty much out of that. And again, it's always been, some of our rates we haven't changed in, since 2001. But we wanted to make sure that our agents had an opportunity to have a full service brokerage and 100% commission. That was really it. So that the agents could use the money they earn for whatever fits their needs. If that's on more open houses or more transactions or whatever their passion is. But it really helped us with our assisting in the community, which is something we've always done.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk about, the sort of the structure that was created through Tierra Antigua. But prior, since I've known you, Tierra Antigua's always been giving through the Realtor Association or through different events. So it's not like giving is something unnatural to you.
No, and we were giving before we had Tierra Antigua. It's just something, without this community, we would not be here. And even prior to that, my in-laws, we spent a lot of time in Rocky Point in Mexico. Matt and I got married there.
You got married in Mexico?
Yes, I know. It was such a fun
Is it
party.
recognized here? Are you actually married?
We are. Well, funny story. We had 300 people at our wedding. I cried because I thought no one would come. My in-laws.
Did you know any of them, or were they?
Most of them I didn't know. Most of them were, my in-laws, friends, and family and cohorts. But
I thought it was just people showing up that looks like free alcohol. Let's go to that place.
We rented pretty much every place down there at the time. This was before condos, and we had the Tecate chairs. We took them from all the taco stands, but it was a fun time. But while being in Mexico, we helped build earthships and homes for the needy. My in-laws were great mentors, phenomenal. They opened the first elderly care home there, and the first orphanage. They helped them.
Really?
Yeah, there's just not a lot of money there. If your family can't take care of you, there's really nowhere to go.
So you get into 2001. It's a fairly lucrative time in the real estate business. So money is coming in, and you're thinking, you got to give back.
Yeah, 2001. We were in overdrive mode. Yeah. How many deals do I need to do to make this business work? And that's when we were selling real estate, and then we started hiring agents, and it was, I have no regrets. I've loved every day of my life. I've never had a boring day.
You say that because you're on camera. Is that?
That's true.
Okay.
It's true.
No regrets whatsoever.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
When I don't follow my gut, that's my regret. Okay. But when I have a bad day, you want to know the real truth? When I have a bad day, I go to the soup kitchen, or I go to Sister Jose's, or I go downtown and give out clothes and gift cards. And, you think you're having a bad day.
Yeah.
You don't have to look very far.
Yeah, over the years have been getting better at practicing gratitude and being, no matter how rough the day is, being thankful for what I have, because my bad day is a great day for someone else, and I know that.
Absolutely.
So let's fast forward a little bit. You're within the community, and then 2014, I believe, you sat down again and said, "Well, let's go ahead and formalize our giving," and created something.
We did. I am an only child who has worked every day since I was 14. I come from a larger family with aunts and uncles, but working hard is something that comes natural to me, and I like to get what I want. So I'm open to say that. We've served on many charities throughout our years, and I realized quickly that sometimes politics come into play, and it's at no fault of anybody's. Mm-hmm. It's just part of having an organization and an entity. We wanted to participate and do a walk for an entity, and because of politics, we weren't able to do that. So I was shocked. I'm like, we want to do it all and raise money and write a check and give it to you, but you're telling us that we can't do that? And that fueled me to say, well, we're going to open our own charity. We still give to so many charities in the community. That's never been a problem. And there's no negativity with that. It just, we wanted to do more. Mm-hmm. And being told that we couldn't raise money to help people made me think, what's happening?
Yeah, that's it's odd, but I understand. I've experienced similar things. The bureaucracy of anyway. But yeah, I get the frustration. But
all things, even bad things, produce good in our life. I've battled cancer. We've, Matt's vision, being told no so many times. I mean, we tried to get this foundation opened, and we were turned down 3 times. I'm like, I don't understand. I want to raise money and give back to our community, and I had no clue the amount of individuals that actually take advantage of the system. And, but we got through that. And like I said, it was hard. I tell people it's harder than having a 10-pound baby, which I did. It was the hardest thing I've ever done, but it was the most gratifying. So, you know, we really love it, and we've gone to the next level. In 2018, we were approved for the charitable organization, you know, the tax credit. So people can give and include that in their taxes.
So from 2014 to 2018, it was you just trying to find a way to get your money into the community.
My money, our agents were a huge factor. So mainly Tierra Antigua agents have fueled this with our friends and our family. But now we're, you know, on statewide.
Have we mentioned the name yet?
It's Tierra Antigua Hope Foundation.
All right. I was like, you know, we should probably cover that. It's housing for...
It should be down here on the bottom,
we'll put it right here. Right there is where you'll see it.
Yes.
I hope. I don't know if we got the tech skills.
Yes.
So the Hope, do you have like a specific mission with the Hope Foundation, or?
So originally, and this was part of our struggle getting approved, is we wanted to be able to help those in need with anything essential. So if I wanted to go to the park and serve food, I wanted to do that. If I wanted to provide clothes, and we were looking at all of the things that we were already doing. We focused on those who fall below the poverty level. That was something that we needed to do to get approved. We found that was a niche that they would accept. With essentials. So food, housing, clothing, again, daily essentials. And that includes keeping people in their homes, right? I'm in real estate, so selling property is what I do, but I'd much rather keep people in a home if we can do that. We've worked a lot with so many charities. One of the largest charities that we've kind of taken on under our wing and work closely with is Care Portal. Care Portal is, it's regulated by the state, and let's say a child needs to be placed with family because maybe mom is out of the picture and dad might be having some difficulties in life. And instead of putting that child in the system in foster care, they could go live with grandma, but the requirements are they must have a bed and a dresser of their own.
Okay.
And so we provide tons of beds and dressers and items that go with that. Some families will get placed in housing and they have one air mattress for 5 people. So, you know, we're in real estate. People move every day. We come across things that are in good condition. They just no longer are in use anymore. So we do a ton of that. We help the Arizona Young Adult Program. Lots of people will give to the littles, but not very many people love to give with the teens. And so these are 16 to 20-year-olds that have been in the system. They live in group homes, foster care, or on their own. And the amount of money they get is very little. So we do a holiday party for them every year, and it's so fun. And your partner, Ian, is usually don't tell the kids. Ian is usually Santa.
Well, no one is Santa, but
he's like
sometimes Ian will step in if need be.
He steps in to fill the suit temporarily.
Yeah, understood.
You know.
Understood. And I cut you off a little bit earlier. You're Tierra Antigua, are you Tucson or are you Arizona? Where are you?
So Tierra Antigua is southern Arizona.
Okay. Our
offices encompass Tucson, Green Valley, Sahuarita, Sierra Vista, Bisbee, you know, all Safford, Gila Valley, Wilcox, Benson, all of southern Arizona.
But your giving to the Hope is through the entire state.
We've given in all over the entire state. We focus our dollars on southern Arizona, not because we don't want to give to other parts of the state, but the needs are so great that it's almost like we can't get past that. But we give on a national level personally as well.
Okay, so it's not just about. I think a lot of times when you're in careers like ours and you're giving back, there's this immediate thought, well, you're giving back to get attention. And I think it's important to understand that that's, you know, so a lot of what you've mentioned. I've known you for years. I didn't even know. So
yeah, it's definitely not about me.
Yeah, understood. And you, so almost 10 years. So we're coming up on a pretty big anniversary. And you were sharing with me before we came on a pretty astounding number of what you've been able to raise.
Yeah. So, I don't look at it that way every day. And I'll share a funny story with you, but we've raised about $412,000 since we've started, and that's been local dollars, the majority through ourselves, our family, and our agents. Our agents are so giving, and it's phenomenal. And it doesn't mean that we don't give to other entities. And through Tierra Antigua Hope Foundation, we give to a lot of additional corporation or charities.
Right.
But we have a lot of boots on the ground.
And I don't know if you came with the statistic, but because that's $500,000 roughly, which, knowing you being goal oriented, that'll be your goal for the 10-year anniversary.
Since I walked in this office and got that number from my accounting manager, I'm like, we're hitting $500,000.
But that's for the Hope Foundation.
Correct.
So Tierra Antigua, outside of that, and your 1,100 agents are also doing things, I know, sponsoring events and doing that. Do you have any sense of that
I'm
figure?
sure it's beyond double that number.
Yeah.
And just, what we do outside of Hope is a large number.
Right.
So, Tierra Antigua Hope Foundation is really a vehicle for agents and anyone to be able to give to our community. We're currently redoing our website because, we really want all members of the public to be able to contribute if they choose and know that the money is going to amazing places. But the boots on the ground also is very, very satisfying. I don't know if you know about, there's a little place, it's tiny, I'm going to give them a plug. It's called The Lot. It's on 22nd near Columbus. It's right next to Family Dollar. There is a Connex box there. And a couple times a week, a woman who's been doing this for a long time serves food. So there's housing next door that's daily, weekly. So many people in need, and they show up and they get a hot meal. Or in the summertime, sometimes it's a cold meal, right? And Tierra Antigua Hope Foundation, along with our agents, have been serving food there for some time now, and just helped them purchase that Connex box so they can.
Wow.
Yeah. It's little things that lots of people don't even know about, and it helps so many.
And just a Connex box, it's a cargo container type of facility that you can convert into an office or a space.
So they have extra clothes, tables for serving, and it's pretty organized. And the people are very, very respectful there. So we'll serve anywhere between, 40 and 100 people on any given day.
Wow. So as we approach the 10-year anniversary, how do people find out more about you, how to support you?
So you can go to our website.
Which, if we do it correctly, will be
it's going to be right
here,
down there.
hopefully.
Yes. Go to the website. Reach out to me personally. I'm pretty easy to find. And, our agents, with 1,100 of them, odds are someone knows someone. And we are always looking for, while you're doing your taxes, it's a dollar for dollar write-off because we are organized charitable. We're qualified for that. So it's $400 for an individual, $800 for a married couple. And the dollars, you'll get to see where the dollars go. When we do the young adult program, we don't have the liberty to take pictures because a lot of these kids
privacy reasons, right.
privacy and protective. But a lot of the other things, it's just a fun event. And we have some events coming up, so I'll keep you posted.
All right. So we don't have a Facebook or social media channel for Housing for Good yet, but we'll be posting things out through the Mortgage Guidance Group, which is my mortgage team. I'm sure we'll see things on Tierra Antigua. Does Housing for Good, does the Hope Foundation have its own social media?
It does.
Okay.
It does.
So we'll just tag that and send people that way then.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, I think this is exactly what I was looking for in a podcast about real estate and community intertwinement. So, Kim, I appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Tierra Antigua, a Southern Arizona real estate company, supporting Southern Arizona and the rest of the state through your charitable giving. And
I don't know a more giving person than yourself either. So I think this is a perfect podcast to do with you. And I'm so appreciative that you thought of me and all the good that we can do together. I was going to tell you, when we started this foundation, I said I was going to get a tattoo if we raised $25,000. I've been perfecting that tattoo. And so I think the 500,000 mark, I think I set my bar way too low.
Apparently so, yes.
So 500,000 tattoo.
All right.
It'll be appropriate.
There you go. Half $500,000. So we've got like 80 grand to raise.
Yes.
When is the anniversary? What is it?
September.
September of.
Oh, I apologize. Our Hope anniversary is May 6th.
May 6th.
The day after Cinco de Mayo will be a perfect day to get a tattoo.
Perfect. Yeah, you'll feel no pain. What's September anniversary? What is that?
That's our qualifying charitable.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So by May of 2024, we'll have
500,000. Let's do it.
And I
Tucson.
think probably in January of 2024, we're going to start seeing images, like maybe there'll be like selections that the community can make as to what Kim's tattoo will
We have a
ultimately
pretty
be.
cool logo for Hope, so I was thinking that I would get the logo.
I think you should put it out there as a fundraising.
Yeah.
Give
when
people
you
the
do
option.
your taxes, you can get dollar for dollar write-off. Why pay Uncle Sam when you can help our community, quite honestly? Let's do it.
And check with your tax advisor for specific information regarding
Yes.
taxes.
Disclaimer.
Kim, thanks so much.
Thank you.